Paxton. Aunt Bella,
Yeah,
I wanted to ask you,
yeah.
just going back in time, your first memories.
You speak a little louder, Bella's deaf.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you give me your first memories? Can you talk about your first memories?
I want to talk to you when we were young.
Okay.
Your grandma and me and my Uncle Sam. When we were young, my father died, you remember, I told you. And he left 3 children. And I was only 9 months old. Molly and Sam was taken away by the Glazers. My mother had rich relatives. They took away the first 2 children. I was too young yet to go with them. So then, no, they were gone already. When I was 3 years old, they weren't home. I didn't know that. When I was 2 years old, I couldn't walk. So there was the rabbi. They call it the bells, like the Shtetl bells. They sing their song, and they say that the rabbi can perform miracles, and he's going to make me walk. My mother took me to the rabbi, and the rabbi asked me what I like to eat. He asked my mother. She said, I like sour pickles. He took a jar of sour pickles and said, come here, Bella. Bella, you in Jewish. And I walked. He performed a miracle. I started to walk.
Right after that.
There was a miracle. After that, when I walked already, he had a man, a young man, a rabbi's son. There was a pogrom in Russia. And he came from Kiev, and they killed his father and mother and his brother. He escaped. And he escaped to this rabbi. He came to the rabbi's house. And the rabbi told my mother, he knew my mother because he knew my father. They were together in the same yeshiva. So he told her to marry this man. He was a young man, a beautiful looking young man. And my mother married him, and he didn't know nothing. He had no smichas for a rabbi. His father was a rabbi.
Wait, this is your
Stepfather.
That's my stepfather.
Mother, let's get it straight. What was your real father's last name? That's always been important.
Zolkover. My real father.
Did you know that?
Yidl.
Did you know that?
Yeah.
The real father was.
real father was. Did you? And he died before you were born.
No, I was 9 months old.
9 months old.
Yeah.
So you don't have many memories of your real father.
No.
How was he a Zalkor, Mother? Who was he related to?
He's related to Zolkov. He's a nephew to a Zolkov.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like Nanya, you know Nanya? Nathan.
Yeah.
Nathan's father.
Nathan's father.
Nathan's father and my father's father were brothers.
There was a connection.
cousins.
There was some
They were
blood
cousins.
relationship. The first husband, my mother's father, was a Zalkor.
Yeah.
When I grew up, I always knew her maiden name was Sherik.
She called all the children.
And it was Sherik. That was her name, was Sherik. But truthfully, her
Zalkor,
name
yeah,
was
Zalkor.
Zalkor.
Yeah,
Why did your mother, Elka?
Yeah.
Why did Elka keep her maiden name?
She liked her maiden name. She named all the children, then stepchildren too. The other children she named Sheriff too.
Who are your
My
was it-
stepfather
was
was a Roth. Yisroel Roth. His name was Roth. She named him Sheriff.
That's the fellow from Kiev who became the rabbi's son.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who
yeah.
could never do too much from what you get.
No, he wasn't a rabbi. He didn't have smichas for a rabbi.
But she never took the name Roth. She
No,
kept Sherik.
Never. No.
So Roth was your stepfather's last name.
Yeah.
Right.
But she didn't take his name. She named these children
Oh.
Sheriff too.
Okay, did the brother and the sister that were in Europe, were they half brother and half sister?
Half brothers.
So Elka mothered
3 children were there with the second husband. She had 3 children with my father, 3 children with her second husband.
I thought there was only 2, but one died. You're
One
saying.
died, yeah.
What were the names of the kids?
One is Shimon, the boy's name,
Shimon,
yeah. And the girl's name is Rosie.
Rosie,
Yeah, Rishon, like Rishon. And the little boy that died, his name is Amy.
Hamie,
Yeah, Chaim.
Chaim.
Yeah. He
And
died
the
from
picture that we have of Elka is Shima and Risha.
Yeah, the Chaim died.
Chaim died early.
Well, he was only 3 years old when he died. He was 3 years old.
Okay, so he was 3.
But he died from hunger. He had big bulgy eyes and a big stomach and little feet. The feet were thin.
Was this wartime, in the wartime?
Wasn't doing the war. No, later, no, before the war.